Okay, we're live. What's up, guys? Long time no see.
What's good, everybody?
Yeah,
Good to
I'm
see you guys.
Actually, I'm not good, man. I have a sinus infection, like fucking sick. But yeah, doesn't took me a way to set up this great podcast here. You know, like 65% of guys voted for this because I did a poll, like which who you want to have on this, and they said like these two guys, and I'm familiar with those two guys. Like Marcus, we have regularly here. Brandon as well. Now the second time. You can introduce each other. And yeah, I united 3 continents here, man. That's why it was a bit difficult with the time. It's 11 p.m. here. Like Marcus is like 6 in the morning, right, or 7 in the morning.
I don't think Marcus could hear. He's on mute or something.
Yeah,
Marcus.
I think he's mute.
No, we can't hear you now. But you can hear me, right? All of you, right?
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
Marcus as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Brandon, are you in Texas still or?
I'm actually currently in Canada. I'm in Montreal. So I'm pretty sure Scotty, you're in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm in Miami. Yeah. Well, yeah, Hollywood.
So yeah. So it's also, I think we're on the same time zone. It's 5 here.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. Yep.
Yeah, man. And Marcus is from like Sydney.
Yeah, can you guys hear me now? Is my mic working?
Yeah, we got you, man.
All right, fuck yeah.
Voice, man. You know, the seductive voice is perfect for a good night's sleep, like later after this podcast.
Yeah, bro, you got me up early for this one. But yeah, what's up? I think people know me here, but from UMP. So if you want to look up Ultimate Man Project on YouTube, you can find it there.
Yeah, sure. Brandon, give a shout out as well.
Yeah, you guys can find me Mr. Dating Coach. I have my partner there, Jesse. He's not here right now, but yeah, I'm representing up in Canada currently.
Yo, and Scotty GLO, ScottyWingman.com. Sure, you can check me out.
Yeah, and I can vouch for all of these 3 guys, and yeah, it's very, very rare, you know, that somebody's legit in this industry. Plus, I have to market it as well. Again, the annual voting started a couple of days ago, like the best POA 2025. Make sure to give a vote to all of us guys, you know, the ones who didn't vote yet. And yeah, man, hope you get a 3-peat here from my side, texting. You can vote me in different categories as well. Like I don't mind to be to make the achievement somewhere else as well, you know. And what I wanted to talk about today, I have some topics because one guy asked me already, hey Pat, you know, which are the best summer destinations? As we all know, hot girl summer is officially over now. F-boy fall started. So summer is a bit too late to ask this question, but I make sure to reveal, and you can as well give me your opinions. And I actually hate these questions, you know, the best game cities, best city for summer, like gaming, best day game, best night game cities and stuff. It's so stupid. Like if there would be nothing going on an entire continent, there would be no I don't know, like nothing going on besides like 3 cities. You know, people get laid everywhere. I hate these questions, but you can grab your pen and papers and nothing beats a jet to holiday. You know, so maybe book for next year something. And I would say, like in my opinion, in Europe, all these islands, you know, they have like Mallorca, Magaluf especially, like Balaman beaches, Greek islands, you know, Mykonos, Zakynthos, Crete, Malta, you know, Cyprus, the Greek side, those kind of like islands in summer. It's packed with tourists, you know. It's like the typical like girls trip destinations, you know. And there it's yeah, you can pretty much get successful there, you know, very easily. Full of tourists, as I said. Make sure to get this bold haircut as well. And Ibiza, I forgot Ibiza, you know, the final boss. Ibiza is as well the destination to go. And I don't know, like I think some girls outgrew it. They go from Europe to go over to, I think, Mexico. I don't know, Playa del Carmen maybe. I'm not familiar. I've never been there, or Bali. And I suppose like in the US and Australia, it's the other way around, right? It's vice versa.
Yeah, bro. Hot girl summer's coming in. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. We're getting started. Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro. Listen, if you're able to, yeah, fucking spend this summer in Europe and then get the fuck over to Bali or Australia. I think that's where it's at. Like Bali's amazing. You get a really good mix. It's so fucking cheap too, but you get a really good mix of like Russian girls coming in. You get obviously all the fucking Australians, but then you get like Europeans coming as well. So it's a nice mix to game at. Otherwise, I agree with everything you said there. I mean, you also don't have to go to like holiday summer destinations if you're just thinking about game. Obviously, like Budapest and Poland are fucking great. You're just not going to be on a beach there chilling. But yeah, fucking come to Australia. We'll see you there.
What about in the US? Is there something like guys who don't want to travel that far away?
US. I mean, I only got one. I would recommend New York for year round, just year round. I think it's the best place. It's the best place for sure. I've been a lot of places, but I think the US is the best. New York is the best. Excuse me, by far.
Yeah.
What was the question though? The best place? What was the question? Best city? Yeah,
best city. But I think Austin. I heard it's good, right? In Texas, like students.
I've been there a few times. I wasn't overly impressed. It was all right. It kind of sucks for like day game. If you like just night gaming, I guess all these cities have their like aim, but it's like some of these cities are really difficult for day game. Like I was just trained a guy in North Carolina, Raleigh. Like we were jumping from Whole Foods to Walmart. Like the circuit he's running to like put himself through is brutal. Like, it's unique. New York, I guess Vegas, Miami. There's a few places that have like a lot of foot traffic during daytime, which is the goal, man.
Yep.
Go ahead, Brendan.
Bro, the worst place ever for fucking day game in America was Austin. Holy fuck.
Yeah,
I went there, bro. Oh my god, bro. Like night game, awesome. But like day game, it's like 40 degrees or like, I don't know, 100 Fahrenheit or some shit. And then you're just like walking and then there's like one girl like way down this like long, massive fucking street with no shelter. It was fucked. But otherwise,
Marcus, I think it's because we guys are used to like good public transportation systems. I don't think they have it in the US,
No, dude,
that's what I heard.
Texas, there's no walking. You need a fucking car. There is no people don't walk. Like that's why day game doesn't really. It's not the same as in like New York, where I am, Montreal. People are walking all the time. Even Vegas, you can do day game pretty good. But dude, I still think it's died down quite a bit. But night game in America, I fucking love Vegas. Like I had to leave there because I think I would die if I stayed there any longer. Literally, you could go out every night. You could find something every night, like a packed club. People are always in and out. And I think it makes it, I know you were saying you hate that term. I kind of hate it too, but it does make it easier because girls who travel, bro, they're just trying to have a fucking good time. And everyone is traveling in Vegas. 95% of the girls you meet at the club don't live there.
But how's it in Miami, Scotty?
I think it's one of the most overrated cities personally. I think there's so much, it's so much glitz and glam. And like, I think from like, a guy who doesn't cold approach, doesn't really hit the field, like it's perfect. Like there's, I guess per capita there's a lot of hot girls and this and that, but like half of them are sugar babies. Like seriously, I don't want to sound like this fresh and fit guy, but there is I think 25% 25 and over like doing OnlyFans. It's fucking crazy, dude. I just trained a guy down here, like they're asking for like steak dinner. These girls are so brainwashed when they come here, even when they travel here. Because I usually like will end up, I dated one girl who came here from Atlanta and it was like, they're looking for, I don't know, like Miami has this baked in culture of just like girls who are just like bloodsuckers. They're looking for, there's like no substance to them. They just, and the older men are feeding into that. So if you're leaning into that market, like the fast cars, every night you'll see some douchebag with like 5 like cars revving his engine. And it's so much like materialistic, like bullshit, just glitz and glam. And just, I don't know. I think it's one of the most overrated places personally. It's okay. I think you can get laid here, obviously, but like I don't know. It lacks substance. It's kind of just, a lot of people think it's great who don't even day game. Like I know Alex raves about it and he's like, oh, there's so many hot Latinas. Yeah. If you just sit back and watch as a spectator, there looks like there's like a bunch of like escorts walking around like broad daylight. And now they blurred the line. So there's like girls that are looking for money who they're just trying to hustle money out of you. It's just a weird fucking vibe, dude. I don't know. It's a weird vibe to me. I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I felt like the night game there isn't that great. Like, if you're comparing this to like an average city, it's amazing. It's fucking incredible, right?
Yeah,
but like,
guess,
if you're a gamer that you're looking for the best city to game in, like I found that night game, it's so spread out. Like you have the clubs, like is it 11 or whatever they call it? Like you have like the clubs randomly, and then the bars. There's a bunch of different ones in different areas, and so like if you go out on a Wednesday, there's not really anywhere that's like really busy or really popular. It's just kind of all spread out. And then during the day, again, like you can go to somewhere like Brickell where girls are really hot, but there's not many of them. Or you can go to the beach where there's a bunch of like mid girls and shit. And there's like a little bit more popular, but it's just like, it's not like New York where you can just walk out and there's relatively hot girls everywhere. And there's like what I would consider relatively good night game spots. I didn't really run into much of the sugar baby shit. I think we were going to a lot of student kind of bars and places and things like that in Miami. And then like on Tinder, I didn't really face it that much, but I do hear that. So yeah, I don't know. I agree. I think Miami is a little bit overrated.
I guess compared to like these other cities, if you're going to compare it to like, regular cities in the US, I guess you would almost have to by default put it into like the top 10, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess coming from New York, I think it's a huge drop off. If you like enjoy day gaming, there's more diversity in New York. You get a little bit of everything. I just think that the people, you want to be in a city where you feel like there's some wholesomeness to it. There's some like historical context to it. And like, I don't know, it's just very fucking surface level. Like people like, you don't want to make a home here. It's whack. I mean, it's okay.
Unless you like big booty Latinas, okay, that's the one exception. If you like big booty, I understand. Okay, that's your mecca. I get it.
That's why Scotty is still trapped there, right?
You're in New York now, right?
No, I'm in Miami.
You're in Miami still. Okay,
I'm slugging it out, grinding my teeth down here. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I'm doing all right. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm always, every time I go back to New York, I went on a date with a girl who was traveling from New York. You get a lot of tourists, travelers. So. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen, by the way, like we have a question here, the viral post, a woman in Warsaw, Poland. I think it was on Reddit. I think Ice did a video yesterday about it. She got approached like 12 guys in one day, but it's nothing much, man. I can tell you in Vienna, there's a famous shopping street. Same happened like back in like 2018 and before, like in the RSD heydays, like girls got approached like literally like every 10 meters. Like you could smell those POAs from a mile away. And it was cringe.
The worst part is like it's the shitty PUAs too that are just like ruining it for everyone. I don't know how to say this, but it's like you see the post and it's like, oh, the guys came up and said like, hey, like this is, it sounds like a bunch of like London day game model guys being like, hey, I thought you were cute. And yeah, I mean, Poland's one of those places I feel that it wasn't so culturally accepted. And now you have like this Polish girl walking down the street, and it is pretty annoying to have like 10 guys. I don't know if that's an exaggeration, but like 10 guys coming up to you and kind of saying the exact same thing. It's a little bit weird. So I think that's like feedback to the guys, and I get it, they're learning, but it's feedback to the guys. Stop using this stupid London day game model with zero emotion, just being like, hey, I saw you over there and I thought you were cute. Like, you're going to say it. Yeah, say it with fucking emotion at least, so I can already picture this. And then on the other side of the coin, it's like, grow the fuck up. You're out in public, all right? You're walking down the street. These guys are coming up and like probably complimenting you, telling you you're cute over and over. Like, yeah, if you don't like it, just move on. Like, bro, when I'm in Barcelona, or I was just in Budapest, okay? As a dude, I get offered drugs like 20 times a night, like these guys coming up to me, and they're a little bit more aggressive, right? Cocaine, you want something? Like, yeah, I'm not making a fucking Reddit post and crying about it, all right? Like, yeah, you're out in public. People are going to come speak to you. It is what it is. These guys need to learn better game for sure. I get it's a little bit annoying, but yeah, fuck it. I don't know. That's
another thing with Miami. It's kind of a game city, so you can actually burn out like a Brickell or whatever like that. Like Alex had to stop filming over there because it's like so concentrated. I think New York is one of those special places that you don't have to worry about like being caught or recognized. Like you starting to grab a reputation in Soho. I never had an issue with that. Like for 6 years, just gaming straight in.
Yeah, we can compare New York. Like Warsaw has like maybe 1.5 million, not even.
Yeah.
Population. Like compared to US cities, is nothing. Like, but still,
When I was there, man, I was in Warsaw once for like 12 days. I'd never seen so many fucking gamers, man. Like this is true. Like you would literally see a girl get approached. She would walk 20 feet. Another guy would walk off a fucking bench and approach her. Like that is commonplace. And I don't know if you guys ever been there. There's this club, Cubano. There's like this.
Cubano, yeah. But I was in Krakow. I wasn't in Warsaw, but I didn't see any gamers there. Like I don't know. I only went for night games. So, but
dude, there would be like, I'm not kidding you, like 70 gamers in this club at a fucking time. It was like nothing I ever seen in my life.
Wow.
I'm like, if you guys don't.
I mean, depends what you mean by gamers. Like, there's a lot of people opening. Yeah. I don't think they're like, a lot of these guys aren't like gamers or cold approach. Like, you just get, honestly, a lot of very confident drunk Indian dudes, and even actually Spanish guys there is too. But like, it is a club that is fucking, you get a lot of drunk dudes that get some confidence and they're traveling. And so you do get a lot of people opening. But yeah, it's not necessarily like, at least in the time that I spent there, I basically spent like a year or two there, is, you get some random like day gamers and stuff like that. Night game, you don't get too many guys gaming, but you get a lot of fucking drunk Indian dudes, which, it's a spam approach all the girls.
But as you say, Marcus, it depends, you know, what game is like in their eyes, you know, and the problem is this term got really like ripped apart by all these losers, you know, all these guys. Like nowadays, every time when I hear something like a POA, it's like I'm getting shivers. Like, you know, this is not like what it used to be. Like what is a POA anyway nowadays? You know, you went basically like it's open for the mainstream like 20 years exactly from now, exactly 20 years. It's open to the mainstream, and guys are still asking the most simple questions out there. Like, if I would compare it, let's say, if I would be a singer, it's still like questions like how to use a microphone. You know, the guys asking always the same question. Like it's 20 years, and either those guys are too lazy to check for like sources, like typing in Google. I don't know how to build sexual tension, for example, is one of the most frequent questions I'm getting asked every damn life, or there is not enough out there, or it's too bad. I don't know which of those two options, you know, like either guys are too lazy or there's not enough material or good material out there. Like, but I cannot tell me like in 20 years nobody did any video or anything on this topic, you know.
I feel you, man. And Veronica, I don't know if this is a dude. Not going to lie, oh wait, no, here we go. I considered stopping gaming because I did not want to be thrown into the same category as the weird dudes. I kind of feel that right? Too. Like, say that again.
This is from your channel, right, Veronica?
Yeah. It sounds like I don't know what the fuck, but anyway. Yeah, and I kind of get that. And like the girl complained on the post, actually, now that I remember, it wasn't just that I get approached by 10 guys. She's like, I'm nervous I'm getting filmed. And that's another issue I feel. I'm a bit mixed on this as someone that has filmed Infield before. And I'm sure everyone on this panel maybe has or is actively doing it. I'm not sure. But I kind of get that from a woman's point of view. Like you do have... You are out in public, so you don't really have an expectation of privacy. But like, if I was a girl or that was my sister, I probably wouldn't want to getting like filmed getting day games and then her face put up on the internet or some shit. Like, I've always blurred the girls when I put them up, but even then, it feels like I get like where these girls are coming from with that. In my opinion, I think just all Infield should be fucking banned, honestly, unless the girl gives permission. But it's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is I mean, I don't know how it is in the US. I checked the laws in Austria, you know, and they're fucking strict. You have to first of all blur not only the face but the entire body. You have to change her voice. Two, and number three, if still somebody recognizes her, and any fucking creep, any fucking white knight, you don't know, like the surrounding, or she wears something like reddish, and it was exactly in that environment or in the shopping center, whatever. And he recognizes it, or she, and tells it to her, then you're fucked, and you can get dragged to court. You know. Damn,
it's not like that in a lot of places. Like in a lot of places, you have one-person consent laws. So as long as I consent to our conversation being recorded, you don't need to know about it, which is kind of messed. And then in terms of the blurring, I've never actually looked that up or been too sure. I just blur. But I know in a lot of places in America, maybe you guys know more about this than I do, is like if you're in public, you can just film people. Like you just walk around and film someone. Like they have no right to not be filmed, which is a bit wild to me. But
yeah.
There's like 2 states I think you can't do it, but pretty much every other state you're good to do it. I mean, doesn't mean it doesn't come without its consequences. I was doing like the meta stuff for a while. Dude, in Mexico, I was in Playa del Carmen for like 2 months. Dude, the fucking cartel was like on my tail because I filmed this girl, who came up to me actually. And it was a stupid clip. I put it on my Instagram, ended up getting like 40 million views. So I posted like 4 or 5 times. Dude, I was getting death threats. Fucking, I'm gonna find where you are, cut your head off, like all this shit. After I got what I needed from it, I just took it off. I was like, I'm good with this shit. I was like, dude, this is the last time I'm gonna ask you to take this shit down. It was an interesting experience.
Yeah, I feel like with the meta Infield, like you guys could probably just ask the girl afterwards, like, hey, you cool if I use this for like my YouTube? Because I feel like they're so short and not really compromising, right?
Yeah. Dude,
I think it's the same shit, to be honest with you.
But girls. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a difference.
What's the difference?
I just feel like there's a difference between. The difference that I'm kind of getting at here is like if you do a full infield pool where, you know, in my infield, like usually I'm talking about like the type of sex the girl wants. She's usually shit talking a boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. Like it's made it clear this girl's like coming home and sleeping with me. To me, that's different to like 2-minute recording of just like, hey, like opener, maybe something direct and like blah, blah, ha, 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 like maybe grab a number. To me, I feel like a lot more girls would be comfortable being like, yeah, that was cool. If you're just teaching men how to do that, that's cool. Like post it up, as opposed to like, yeah, there was a 30-minute interaction. I said all these things that were personal.
Yeah.
I feel like that's different from the girl's point of view.
Yeah, that makes sense. The last time I did like a full, like guys ask for so much nowadays, like, oh, I want to see the completion. And so I went ahead and did that. I put the girl back on the bed and I got immediately flagged and taken down. Like it was ridiculous. Like, how much do you fucking guys want to see? Like, I've never seen such a demanding fucking audience. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy nowadays. And those are the guys that are like, they don't even end up getting coaching anyway. They just want to see it to compare this guy, that guy. Like they're so caught. Like it's just ridiculous, dude.
I'm getting flagged for thumbnails. Imagine.
You're getting what?
I get flagged for thumbnails. Putting on like some, because in the beginning I had like girls and like I don't know, you could see like a bit, maybe a little bit more than what they want, you know, and then I get constantly like, hey, this was taken down, this got taken down.
Yeah.
For what, man? It's not worth it, you know. And you see like we're basically like putting out so much raw, real content, you know, and then you check like some 21-year-old guy like with a 200K followers talking about making some top tier lists of what are the best first dates and this kind of shit. You know what? I don't want to drop names, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, there are so many of these people. You know, like some TikTok kids talking about like reason I don't know what, and they have, I don't know, the 10 times more subscribers. You know, and then I'm asking myself for what? Like, is it worth it? You know, to expose your private life that openly towards everyone out there just to prove something? For like, who do you want to prove anything? You know, I stepped into this scene. I don't know how it was with you guys, but I'm sure it was similar. I stepped into this whole scene by, of course, posting this raw shit and unfiltered things, you know. And this all guys reached out to me and it's like, hey Pat, do you offer coachings? Do you do coachings? I never dreamt about being a dating coach, you know. For me, it was like, no, you can come with me if you want. I'm doing it for myself. Like, you can hang out if you want. They got more and more guys who built a community, and this is how it worked. You know, I dropped posts in the groups and stuff, and this is how it worked. Like, these were the beginnings, you know. But then, of course, this took an end, and nowadays the recent guys, the newer guys, and so to speak, they don't know those kind of things anymore. You know, they of course want to. And it's somehow fair on the other hand, because there are so many scammers out there. They don't want to, how do you say? They wanna get the proof somehow. You know, maybe it happens to you as well. Even though you're in the scene for 7 years, I'm sure, or more. You know, and there still are some new guys who will say, "Hey, Brandon, hey, Scotty, hey, Marcus, I don't know if I can trust you. Are legit? Show me some material. You know, whatever."
Yeah. I mean, listen, I guess times have changed. I mean, I remember doing a boot camp, like I said, in 2008 with Brad P. He kept this whole, putting all your shit up here has hurt me. Like whenever girls find my channel, it's over. It's a wrap. They don't like that's never really worked out in my favor where they're like the shit I post or anything like that. It's never worked out well for me. But yeah, back in the day, I feel like, less of that was required. It was just like forums and reputation. And if a guy is like giving legitimate help and people vouch for him and he's got a bunch of lay reports. There was no like, Brad kept his entire fucking brand anonymous. You know what I mean?
Even his identity.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. I wasn't demanding all this shit from coaches. Like my mindset was like, I just want to get better. If these guys are better than me, I can't walk up to a stranger and get her number. Like if they could do that, then okay, I can learn something from these guys, because I wasn't finding it from my friends. My dad wasn't helping. So like I just wanted to be able to walk up to strangers, girls, and open them up and get numbers and hook up with them. That's it. That's all I wanted. Like it was just that simple. And then you would go based on reputation. If this guy's posting a bunch of lay reports, and that was enough for me. I didn't need like, yo, let me see this. How many bodies do you have? How many? I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of fucking ridiculous. But
can I ask you guys a question? Do you think like the heydays of the pickup community are over? Like, what are your feelings about that?
I think there'll always be a demand for this, regardless of whether or not it was more polarizing back then. There was, it seemed like more legit guys. I have no idea, but I think there'll always be some sort of demand for this stuff. It's never going anywhere. Guys are going to want to get more girls. As long as there's women outside and, and you can walk up to them without any legal ramifications, there's going to be a demand for it. That's how I feel.
I agree. I feel like cold approach is probably more popular now than it has been. Like, depends what you mean by heyday. I feel like it's gotten taken over a little bit by this guy mentioned, like pranksters or dudes that do like basically go up, hi, can I get your number? They get a number. And like the thing is, that does look impressive to like a lot of the population. And it like a lot of the views there are not people like trying to improve their game, right? It's a lot of guys sitting at home wanting to like jerk off and feel good that they saw some guy go speak to a girl, right? Like they're not looking for advice. So like, I think it narrows the pool. Like there's going to be a big pool of guys that always just find it really entertaining and watch some guy go up and like riz a girl. And then like, as you filter all those guys out, there's people there that are like, hang on, how do I actually go out and do this? And I agree with Scotty. I think that's not only always going to be there, I think it's going to get more and more valuable as people use Tinder more and more, or they like stay inside more and more, because at some point it's already happening. There's a burnout online where girls are like, fuck, I'm sick of Tinder. Guys are getting very, very sick of Tinder. And there's going to be a shift where it's like, I just want to meet someone in person. I think we're already starting to see that. And if guys can capitalize on that and actually get good at that, I think it's going to be more effective than ever, to be fair.
But I think coaching guys will be more and more difficult with the ongoing years, because testosterone levels are dropping. Their stats are there. We talked about it in the last video, and it gets harder and harder. Because they don't pick up on social cues anymore that good, and they're not used to interact with human beings anymore outside. Outside their social media and their virtual world. That's why I think it will be more difficult that terms. But also I meant quality-wise. Like see, back in the days, you had infields, like you had like full pools. This was like an infield, and then it went to number closes. And now recently it's like Snapchat, Instagram closes. Like, the quality goes more and more down. Like, and they post like some IG closes, and they're like, wow, I don't know, bro. It's like, I don't know, I risked up the girl. Like, I can shut it out of my window, and I'm sure a grandma here at 11 p.m. will give me their Instagram.
There's two factors.
That's true.
There's two factors. I think the meta glasses have like a bunch of these guys came out of nowhere, pranksters and just like teenage guys like risen up girls. Like that seems to be like a new phenomenon and I only see it really with the meta glasses. So I don't know, maybe the meta glasses were like a bad thing that happened. I mean, everybody's like, when are you doing the meta glasses? And that's the only time I've seen guys doing these random dudes doing like Riz videos with the meta glasses. And then I'm also getting like Marcus said, a wave of guys that are like 120 body count that like from online that now they didn't get what they wanted. They can't walk up to a girl in person. Yeah. So there's more of a demand. I'm like, this guy literally didn't exist 12 years ago. You didn't sleep with 120 women and you were like a pussy inside. You couldn't talk to girls and you have no social confidence whatsoever. It's very weird. There's a whole wave of these people that I've been dealing with lately. I had a guy 192 body count. Some club game, but mostly online, and he wanted to learn like day game. It was like a totally different muscle he had to start working on. You know what I mean? So it's each one is different, man. So I do think, like Mark said, there might be a wave back to just some cold approach stuff. I don't think it's going anywhere.
Brandon, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think for game in general, that's why cold approach is so good. It forces you to learn the whole entire step system, right? It's not dating apps, dude. The girl already fucking likes you. She might find you attractive, right? There's something there already. Like that's why I know a lot of guys who are good at cold approach, and if they have a good dating app, they crush it. Also, like you guys said, I had guys who were just focused on dating apps. Dude, they're fucking pains as students. Like it's hard to get them out there because they don't have that belief. They don't know how to do the whole interaction. But they're not sure. If the girl gives them a little resistance, the guy's like, oh, fuck, like, I don't know what to do, you know? It falls apart really, really quickly. And one thing I wanted to mention, too, that Marcus was saying earlier, the meta glasses, it gets guys with a lot of cheap fucking attention, man. Like, it's not real game guys. It's like dads who are not happy in their fucking marriage. Like, that's who you get. Like, that's the guys I got, right? It's like cheap attention really quick. Dopamine hit. It's easy to like it. It's easy to subscribe to it, but they're not looking at. They don't even have the fucking capacity to look at a 10-minute infield and see how it's actually done. It's just like really short, really cheap attention. That's the kind of guys you get with that shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are many, as I said, more and more guys who just rely completely on online, you know, and of course there are coaches as well who advocate certain, depends of what fits to their agenda, you know, what they are trying to sell. You just have to click on their page and you see, okay, why is this guy advocating online dating? You know, because his whole branch, his whole company is built on online, you know, and he says, oh, cold approach is shit, it's cringe, nobody does cold approaches anymore, whatever. Then comes another guy who trashes online or night game or day game, whatever, you know. But I say to all these guys, and what a legit coach should be and should have is like an expertise in all three fields, you know. And he should, a really good coach should advocate always to use the more columns or you can call it as what you want, legs, whatever, to build on a foundation, the better, you know. You cannot rely on like one leg and build the whole foundation, build the whole fucking house on one leg. And if that leg crumbles, then it's done, you know, then it collapses. Like
well,
the more online day game, night game, the better.
It feeds into your point though about back in the day. Was it better? Yeah, probably because it was less saturated, because now you have so many like online dating coaches popping out of the woodwork. That's a whole nother field that I didn't have to deal with back when, you know, 2008, 2010, before Tinder popped off. There wasn't online dating coaches. That's a whole nother field that, I don't know, that you didn't have to deal with it. So it was just either cold approach guys. That was it. That's all you can learn from. So I don't know. It kind of saturates it a little, waters it down to some degree, I think, as well. Because now everybody, you have to, you're right. Now you're like, oh, you don't have an online dating product. I'm like, no, I don't have an online dating product. Sorry. You know, like I don't give a shit. There's plenty of guys to go take that from, you know what I mean? Every guy has to be a jack of all trades. I don't know. Like, so in that sense, I do think maybe back in the day it was a little more just focused on one thing at a time, you know?
Yeah. I think
ours is over.
What did you say? Please avoid RSD. Yeah, fuck RSD. Yeah, I think like it's cool to specialize in one thing. I think when that specialization causes you to just shit on everything else, I think that becomes a problem. So like there's guys that market themselves as like social circle coaches, for example, that will then say like Tinder is useless, cold approach is useless. And it's like, well, no, like it's cool to like, you can specialize in your thing and not have to say like the other two legs, as you call it, are completely fucking useless. Like there's a lot of guys that kill it online. There's a lot of guys that kill it in social circle. There's a lot of that kill it with like cold approach. Students are going to have their preferences. There's going to be like stages of learning that are going to be important. So if you want to start off with online, that's cool. But at some point you have to get really good at dates, and cold approach is going to help with that. Social circle can give you a lot of access, but if you have no idea what the fuck to do with that access, you need experience with women somehow. The easiest way is cold approach. So like, yeah, I feel like you just can't sit there and take this marketing approach. Like you just sound so disingenuous when you just shit on like something else that clearly works for a lot of dudes.
Mm-hmm. And it's still the easiest way to get women you want, you know, and not being reliable. It's not what a real man should be, like reliable on a source, on a third person, whatever, you know, like social circle game, for example, is very limited. Like how do you want to like encourage, like let's say the typical guy like playing computer games all day long, you know, and who doesn't have friends, who doesn't have a social life, nothing to, hey bro, do social circle game, you know, like how? You know?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you just have no experience, like it does fuck all for you. Like I have students that come to me that are like, look, I tried this social circle shit and it just doesn't work because I just put myself in front of like a bunch of hot women and I had no idea what the fuck to do. Even like I do coaching for Dan Bilzerian, and so like we get a lot of guys in his program that are after the social circle stuff and the setup and whatever. And I give the same advice there. Like if you just aren't good with women, like pick an environment where it's super low pressure and you can do a lot of reps. Like you don't want to spend a month planning an event, put yourself in front of 30 hot women, and then feel like you're restricted, that you can't even practice things on them because then you're going to create like a bad reputation. Like it's like the worst place to practice. Like any other skill, you wouldn't do this. Any other skill, you wouldn't wait to the grand final to like practice a new skill or do a new thing or something, right? Like that's what practice is for. And so, yeah, it's just fucking stupid.
Unfortunately, a lot of these channels, they'll frame it like that to get views though. Like they make you pick a side, like, yo, what do you think? This versus that. Like, so they're making the titles where it's like Marcus cold approach versus social circle. Like there's like 50 titles of like, I don't know. They try to get views. So we feed into it too, I guess. Like if you partake in it, it's like, I don't know. I guess they have to listen to the entire thing and be like, nah, there would be no debate of like this versus that. It is kind of silly, but I guess that's what people always ask. Like there'll be someone in the comments asking like, yo, do you like this better or that better? What's a better return on investment? Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a stance on that. Like the difference is like, yeah, I don't see it as like one versus the other. I think in all those debates, I was just saying for a beginner, which I still stand by, like cold approach is going to be better. But if you're advanced, like I actually think like you're way better off spending your time on setting up some type of setup if you're not traveling too much. But yeah, as you said, like I don't know, it's half this shit is like entertaining to get views, I guess.
It's all about that, man. That's the sad thing, and guys who put out real raw content, they either get shadow banned, they or due to shadow banning don't get enough views. All that shit comes in hand, and that's why you have to ask yourself, like somehow you of course, like you don't have that much pleasure anymore putting out these kind of things, because if you see like some stupid debates, which make no sense, just for entertainment purposes only, and all this like Instagram, Snapchat closes, then you're like, what the fuck, man? And as a it really hurts you as a coach, because you went through all this blood, sweat, and tears, you put in so much effort, and this is completely bullshit, and then you're trying to swim against the flow, but the flow is too strong, It's like just bunch of guys, bunch of legit guys I can count on like in one hand, who are truly legit, and know their shit. That's why I won't feature like guys like or channels who have absolutely zero like expertise, regularly, or feature them at all, because it's just a bunch of ass licking at the end of the day, it's a bunch of ass licking. Oh yeah, nobody wants to hurt the other one, everybody wants to get their views. Like you get views on your channel, I get views on my channel, everybody somehow trading subscribers and followers, and that's how it works, No,
I'm gonna roast you all after this, okay? This is my next video coming out. Val's intentions exposed. All right, does anyone have, I'm talking to the audience here, does anyone have any questions about game that they want to ask?
We scared them so much away, nobody dares to ask questions, man.
Are we scary? I'm sorry, guys. They're a little bit shy, okay? Veronica, he's a little bit nervous, all right? I don't think that's his real name, but maybe he's an RSD guy. I think that's what it is. Veronica is just he's an imposter here. Yeah, well, did you guys see the Cassie Noble shit? Is that a name?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, not Cassie.
Are you
talking about Sadia Khan or whatever her name is?
Yeah, that's the one. Yep. I just picked a female dating coach and threw it out there. I forgot who it was. What's her name?
I think her name is Sadia. Yeah.
Sadia, yeah, bro. I haven't looked into this. I just remember seeing her on podcasts, and I'm like, bro, this girl looks like she wants to be fucked. I don't know. I just got that impression. She just looked like But anyway, so she was like some red pill fucking chick, and now she's like a side piece. Is that the story?
Yeah, it's hilarious, man. And the worst thing is she charges, I think, $8,000 for an hour for a course.
No, she doesn't. Are you for real?
Yeah, 8,000
Bro, alright.
on her website.
Yes.
Yeah, on her website.
Anyone that's listening in UMP right now, we're upping our prices. If this fucking side piece girl, red pill, can charge 8K, all right, where prices increased.
It's insane,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
I wonder if the guys that sign up, like, they secretly just want to fuck her or something. I have no idea.
Yeah,
like,
for
who
sure.
the
I mean,
fuck
it's-
is
My
signing up?
guess is these are like middle-aged to older men. I'm sure her median clientele is probably going to be like 45, 50. It's going to be a bunch of divorced men that have like a lot of money and are wealthy and are like, how do I get an intelligent, amazing girl like you? That's going to be like the coaching for sure. And like, to be honest, I don't believe the 8K. Like, that's probably it improves her image there. I mean, maybe she does. Maybe I like that is true, but like, I doubt that though. She probably just like markets it that way.
I don't know, dude. Alex was saying that she, just to get on his channel for like an interview, she wanted like, I think 5 Gs or something like that.
Oh yeah,
like,
I mean that makes sense. Yeah, like an appearance type thing. But then like that wouldn't make sense that you'd charge 5K for an appearance and then 8K for coaching, right?
Scott, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You feature people just because of their clout. You know exactly they don't have any expertise, and you pretend you ass-lick each other just to get more views and more subscribers, man. You sell out.
You were holding it down, Pat, by like, weren't you going back and forth with that old guy, whatever his name is, Ross? You were like, get the fuck off my channel. So you're the one guy who has him on the platform, and you're like, you suck, get off my channel. Like, that's
you told him to get off the channel?
Yeah, you kicked him off.
Like, I missed this.
Yeah.
What happened, bro?
No, nothing, man. I just had an interview once with him, and I was like, okay, why not using it? I can still use it for an expose. It's good.
Okay, damn. There you go.
That's crazy,
what didn't you like about
middle finger? What
didn't you like about Ross? What was the beef?
He didn't give me the middle finger. Actually, he said like, oh, if you don't like the IDF, if you don't.
Oh, okay, I got you. I saw the one clip that you used it as a thumbnail or something. He's like going like,
if you don't like IDF, sorry, I missed out on all this. What was this?
Israel Defense Force.
Oh, he said if you don't like them.
Yeah.
Now, was this a political conversation you guys were having?
It wasn't at all. He's bipolar. This guy's bipolar. Really, he's bipolar. No, he confirmed it to his students. I swear, I have tons of screenshots. I posted it all. Like,
but hang on, dude, I need to go back and watch this. So you guys are on a podcast, and then he starts talking about Israel.
Yeah, out of nowhere, man.
Okay.
And right at the beginning.
Did you like bring up you hate Israel or something? What the
Nothing,
fuck
man,
happened?
I swear, nothing. I was just okay.
Fucking
but
interesting.
Then,
all right.
It was hilarious, man. Like this, and the guy, and another thing that he gave no value, like at all. Like I had to somehow give value with about these NLP things and stuff, because he was just talking about some random bullshit, random stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay. Like sometimes you have those like OGs, like and legends. You think like, wow, this guy will come up with, I don't know, value like even you can learn from still. And there is nothing else, man. Like nothing behind. Like and from the start, like you see like guys like Paul Jenker, they're humble, they're down to earth, Of course, man, he is. But
I like how Paul keeps it real, and he's like, yo, I've been out of the game. He was like asking me a lot of questions. He's like, yo, well, what's it like out there? Like he's still selling these products, but he transitioned to like becoming a papa type of thing, or settling down, or getting out of the game. These old guys that are hanging on to the fact that and selling top products for, if they're not even like active for 20 years, is crazy. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Does Ross Jeffrey sell products still? Or books?
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, I think he may have moved to like some marketing stuff too, but yeah, I think he does a lot of the mindset NLP or whatever he
just read his first book. I swear, before the interview, I didn't read, like prepare myself. I was like, okay, you know what? Like just read through it. Read the first book. He originally says to cry in front of the girl when you receive LMR.
That's pretty funny though. That's really funny, bro. That would be something I'd test. That's hilarious. Like a girl's like, look, I don't know. I don't do this. I'm like the type of girl that I don't have sex on the first night, and then you just like start bringing out tears, just roll down your face. Bro, that might work actually. Bro, this girl's gonna be like, damn, this guy might kill himself if I don't have sex with him right now. Some weird shit. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, man.
All right, looks like we have some questions. I shamed Veronica into asking one, so.
Can you press on them as well, or just me?
Nah, just you, bro.
Okay, what was the question?
What would you recommend for the calibrated guys? I do not like getting put into the category on the first glance. What would you recommend for the I do not like getting put into that category on the first glance. You want to be an uncalibrated guy, or did you mean to say uncalibrated?
Is she a girl or?
Oh, but they said they didn't want to game anymore. Unless there's a girl gaming. Veronica, please clarify. All right, let's go to the next one that makes sense.
I don't know. Wait, what do we have? If you forget the name of the girl mid interaction, man, sometimes I slept with girls, I still don't know the name. Like,
dude, yeah. Dude, I think guys they overestimate how fucking the name is not that important.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But this is a typical like London day gamer, you know, like, hey, I saw you over there, I thought you're cute. My name is whatever. What's your name? Nobody cares about the fucking name. Nobody cares about you. You know what? Still, like, it's so easy. You can say, hey, you know what? What was your name again? Also, girls forget your names. You know?
Yeah, I always just bring I forget all the time. I just bring my women and meet her, and then they introduce names and I'm listening. That's it. I introduce my women to the whole group again, and I'll listen and I'll hear it this time. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, I think the problem here is his question really is, what do you do if you feel like you're about to get called out, or what do you do if you feel insecure about forgetting the girl's name? Like that's the issue here. The only reason you're worried about this is because you feel like the girl is going to be like, what the fuck you forgot, which she'll do. What the fuck, you forgot my name? I can't believe it. And then you're like, oh my God, I ruined this set. This girl hates me. Dude, just own that shit. I would just look at the girl and be like, I completely forgot what your fucking name is. What is it? And she's going to do the whole like, how could you forget? You're like, oh, shut the fuck up. All right, what is it? Or you could just say, listen, if it's a little bit deeper in the interaction, right? Just look at her and be like, listen, I got to tell you something. She's like, what? You're like, I have no idea what your fucking name is, but let's keep it that way. I kind of prefer it. Okay. No names. And then she'll be like, no, I want it. No names. I don't want to hear it. And you can make it like fun and sexual. So like, Christian, just don't worry, bro. If you just own your shit here, tell the girl like you don't give a fuck, you forgot it, you're totally fine.
Like, why do you need the name anyway? It usually pops up if you, for example, number close, you know.
A lot of times I'll have it as sexy wifey in her name, be like, yo, that's what I saved it as. So you could just laugh and joke it off. Like, I don't, sometimes I won't even save her as that. Or like, if I forget after the set, I'll put like sexy something or sexy Latina or whatever it is. And then if it comes back, oh, he's saying mid interaction. Either way, yeah, you just do exactly what Marcus says. Just fucking own it. Who cares?
Okay, we clarified it. For the calibrated guys.
That's a weird question again.
I'm a dude, bro. Are you sure? I don't know, Veronica. I mean, since there are many weird guys doing game. Oh, sorry, I missed it.
Sorry.
Since there are weird dude, yeah, no, you're good, bro. Women often put me into that category at the first glance, which I do not like. How to avoid that? Okay. So he's saying like there's a bunch of fucking day gamers being fucking weird and creepy, and then like women look at him and he's worried they're gonna like feel that he's the same. So what would you guys do?
I mean, listen, first of all, stop with the London day game bullshit. You know, the thing is, many guys who day game, they're most likely the ones starting with game, you know, or they're too insecure to go to nightclubs and stuff. Because this requires a little bit more reading, I think, social cues, you know. But in my opinion, you walk on a very thin line. You walk on a knife's edge of the confident guy, and there is like this on the other side. On the one side, you have like being too overeager, means you're like too desperate, too needy. For example, hey, I saw you there, thought you're cute. Hey, let's go for a drink. Hey, you give her 2, 3, 4 more compliments. And on the other side, you have, of course, the overconfident guy, which can come along as a player or slash arrogant. You know, it's of course always better to if you cannot walk on this edge, on this knife's edge, to fall into the I'm too overconfident. It's better to turn it around than being the desperate guy. You know, what I mean by that is, for example, and here is the problem with many guys. They don't like they're too impatient. and too eager, they don't play the game of tension, which is flirting. You know, they're too, hey, I have to formulate it with words. Hey, I like you. I thought you're cute. Hey, you're sexy. You're this or that. And the problem is, because why do your interactions fail? Because 90% it's because you have shitty body language and shitty tonality. That's why, you know. And there are many guys. Oh, Pat, I didn't tell her yet that I like her. You don't have to. Like, I'm out like a third date and I didn't tell her that I like her. She knows you like her. You know, even interaction. And you don't. I never brought up anything like this. Like, yeah, I thought you're cute or whatever. I like you, and they know what's up. You know, because the body language and tonality speak for themselves.
Yeah, but the reason those guys are asking it, they're not probably as advanced as you.
Exactly.
We could probably get away with.
But that's why you have to train your body language and
direct.
tonality. That's why you have to train your body language and tonality, because 90% is body language and tonality. You know.
Sometimes the guy's mind, though, if he says something, you know, direct to the girl, where he shows direct interest, so he doesn't just get lost in the sauce. It keeps his mind like on track of why he's even there. So often I'll just look at these guys and be like, I have no idea, like, if that guy's even interested or not. They're just gonna be a regular conversation. He doesn't even know how to sexualize to begin with. So it's like I guess the word is like the crutch to point you in the direction in which you need to do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to sexualize, then do it. Oftentimes before that, I'd be like, you smell really good, and then start kissing her neck or something like that. So the word is just the pointer to get you on track to just start at least sexualizing or flirting or something. If you're just talking about, a lot of guys, the words will dominate of like just regular shit. I guess if you're very advanced, they'll know what's up if you could do it with a sly look and talk to her about the weather. But a lot of beginners aren't going to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Talk about the weather and look like, yeah, I'm not a fuck. Let's go right now. Let's talk about whatever. It's background noise. But
what do you think, Brendan?
So is the question to what is he supposed to like not look like a gamer? What's the exact question he's asking?
Yeah, basically his concern is like, okay, I just saw like I'm out of the club. There's a bunch of guys opening or like day game. This girl just got open a bunch. Like now I feel like she's just gonna see me as this like pathetic fucking gamer.
Yeah. Well, like we said earlier, I think guys overestimate how many gamers there are in some of these spots. Like, girls aren't looking at guys and be like, well, this guy's out here looking for pussy that much. I don't think it's that deep. I think that a lot of guys who game too, especially the newer guys, dude, they're hopping around sets. They never actually get anywhere. They're opening all these sets. These girls are rejecting them, and it's not actually going anywhere. I think you guys need to slow the fuck down, right? Find a girl you actually like and stick in with that girl. The biggest problem I see is the guy they stick in for 5-10 minutes. Oh, dude, I don't know. I ran out of things to do. Go the fuck back there. If she's not leaving, you're not fucking leaving, bro. Glue your feet down and just stay there. Like, I think something I see with guys too is they think they need to have perfect game. Like on my YouTube channel, oh, I would have done this. I would have done a push-pull here. You should have pulled back. It's like, dude, you just have to be good enough. That's it for that girl. Not everything has to be calibrated and perfect. You're going to fuck up. You're going to look stupid sometimes. You're going to have to own those things. But you just have to be good enough. And if you just were good enough and stuck in, you get laid more than you probably knew what to do with.
Yeah, I think, Veronica, like, I don't know, but have you guys ever been in a club and there's like a group of like fat girls and there's like one decent girl in the middle and you're like, wow, that girl's really hot. And then like later on, you like isolate her and you're like, you're cute, but like you looked way hotter in front of all your fat friends. Right? Like, I think the same when I'm gaming. Like, if this girl just got approached by like 10 drunk dudes or something, and they're like, hello, hey, I want to fuck you. And you're just like, these girls are like, fuck, I'm so sick of this. They're going to have their guard up. But if you just go over and show that you're not one of these guys that you're worried about being perceived as, like, you can change that perception fairly quickly. Like, she might see you coming up and be like, oh, fuck, another drunk dude trying to. But as soon as you get over there, you're like, hey, sorry, 1 second. Okay, look. Can I be honest with both of you? And she's like, oh, he can speak a sentence and he's not like all over us and he's not got bad fucking bee breath in our face or something. Or if it's day game, you're not going up being like, hey, just thought you, hey, sorry, 1 second. Already that, you've like changed the perception instantly.
Yeah, but it's about
I've had this where students like literally we see girl get opened. And I'm like, fuck, open. Oh, but she just do it. And girls have like made comments literally where they'll be like, all these other guys are blah, 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 blah. And just by that comment, they're not putting you in the same box, right? So yeah, like by comparison, you can shine here. Now, is it ideal? No. All right. Ideally, you want to go to areas that aren't like fucking spam approach, but you can just create that comparison. So don't worry if you're perceived that way. You can just go in there and like shift that perception like instantly.
I mean, it never happened to me, never happened to my students. When we went on this, like, as I said, famous shopping street, where there were a bunch of day gamers around. Never ever a girl said like, "Hey, are you as well a PUA or a what do they call it? Like, I don't know, gamer or I don't know what, pick-upper. Yeah, this is what they call it. Never happened, because good game should look like no game. It should look authentic. It should look relaxed. It should, and that's the problem. That's what we're talking about. We were talking about body language and tonality. Because these guys are come with a shaky body language, a shitty tonality. And then they think, and especially the systematic, logical thinking, shy guys, somewhat comes hand in hand. I don't know why, but I'm sure it's because of their jobs as well, that they have not less social interactions. They always think they have to formulate it verbally. They have to, by any means, they have to formulate things verbally. And they, of course, their body language and tonality gives away that, hey, this guy's insecure. And that's what I said. It's better to be like being the overconfident guy, being labeled as a player, being labeled as arrogant, because you can turn it easy around by just after you get somewhere in the conversation, the interaction, you can just open up and be like vulnerable, And she will think, oh, this guy's not as arrogant as I thought he is. But at least the arrogant guy, in her mind, he has like, he's used to talk to girls like me. He has options somehow. Even if you don't have it, like fake it till you make it, you give away that you have. Whereas on the other hand, the over-eager guy, the needy guy is too desperate and gives away everything from the start. There's no mystery, no tension at all. And it will be very difficult for him to turn this around, because even if he tries to be like them, more confident, it will come along as inauthentic,
Yeah, I think you're overthinking. Like this guy's there. I mean, there'll be times. Just one client of mine, he doesn't want me opening at all. He just wants to have me watch him. But there'll be times where he does like a half-hearted open and doesn't like actually get in front of the girl at all, and she just blows past him. And then I'm like, I will show him. I'll get in front of her, and then she lights up and she's smiling. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's mostly in these guys' heads. If they get hit with the right stuff and they're into you, like they'll be receptive to it. You know what I mean? I don't think she's worried about. If you're another dork like these past 5 guys that you said hit on her, then she'll care.
Yeah, like if she got approached if you're watching and she got approached by 5 guys, those guys probably did a fucking shit job.
Right.
They probably did a shit job. So if you go in there with half a fucking brain, these guys are platonic, they're boring as fuck, they're creepy, they're touchy, if you could just not do those things, you could flirt, you could lead the interaction, you can lead the conversation to where you want it to go. You don't run out of things to say in 5 minutes. You'll be ahead of 99% of these guys. The competition is not actually as high as people think it is. Like these guys, most guys can't even fucking approach, let alone keep a conversation for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I have a good video about it, like how to improve your tonality and body language. Basically, talk in front of a mirror. This is a good way to do it. Record yourself, talk in front of a mirror, and just watch the video. I reveal there more things, but it's from it in one sentence. That's it.
What does this question say? Yeah, what is this? Can't read it.
Just a body language and tonality question.
Oh, or not?
Okay. Can we go to Fernando? Hey, Marcus, what do you think about John Anthony saying that you and your partners are scammers? Fuck, it's true. Okay, we were called out. All right.
He still does this shit.
Yeah, we were charging $9,000 for a 1 hour call. Okay, we thought we could get away with it. All right. I don't think he has called us scammers, unless this is recent. I don't know. I think his biggest complaint of us was that Alex had hand tattoos or something. I don't know, man. Like, whatever. Yeah, you'll need to send me privately the clip. I don't think he's ever called us scammers. But if he has, I can react to it. But Otherwise,
I don't think so, man. Not really. I think it was Alex like one Infield, or he was making kind of fun. That was it, So
okay, the bench Infield, yeah. I feel like a lot of the time I approach a group set, the people usually aren't open to talking to a stranger. Is it normal and I have too much? Is it normal and I have too high of expectations of how open people should be to a stranger?
I don't understand the question.
Yeah, basically he goes up to a group set and he feels like they're not responding to him because he's a stranger. Dude, there's so many things here. Like there's so many variables.
Yeah.
The easiest thing to do is like just record yourself and share it with one of us, and we can probably like help you out there. But some checklist things that I try to go through is one, make sure you're speaking to the whole group and not just like one girl, because otherwise she'll feel pressure to just fucking ignore you. So speak to the whole group. Make sure you're not speaking too quickly or interrupt the girls. So usually taking a breath between the things you say is a helpful little thing. So like, hey guys, take a breath, get their attention. Can I be honest with you? Or can I ask you a question? Or I'm curious about something, and then wait for their response and then get into it. And again, approach the whole group. Like, you guys seem so fucking friendly, or like, where the fuck are you guys from? And again, like if you seem like someone that's like interesting, not too nervous, they're going to want to have a conversation with you, especially a group set. There's going to be at least a couple of girls there. So it's probably a combination or one of those things. But I mean, it's just like a check. I don't know. I didn't see your interaction, but some things to think about.
I mean, as Marco said, there are two ways. There are two ways to do it. Either you go to the girl you like, and then of course, as soon as possible, switch to the whole group. Bring in a statement, a question, to interact with the whole group, and then you or the second is to approach the whole group from the beginning. The possibilities is higher there. I think it's for especially like beginners to see, okay, which girl gives you more back, which girl is like shows more IOIs, shows more interest, having a conversation. Maybe, as I said, in the group, there were maybe out of 5 girls, there were like 2 you were interested in. The one you wanted to approach is not really into you, but the other one is, and then you can, of course, switch to that one,
Yeah, I've had it go both ways. I agree with Pat. Like you could, I guess that's the idea of being able to like recalibrate. If you go, you can go in just facing your target and go for her. And then if all of a sudden she's like, you spot it real quick where there's other girls, then address them. You can address them secondly, but I guess ideally you may want to address it. But I've had it work both ways where you could just, if she's, looking at her friends for like approval, or they're starting to like be bitchy or something like that, then you have to address them, then handle it accordingly.
I think for beginners, it's better what Marcus said. Go with the approach of approaching the group at the very beginning, because the problem is if you approach let's say your target, to use old PUA terms, and she seems interested, then most guys are using like they whole like they're so into it, they're like, wow, they totally forget about the group till the girl comes and drags her away. Hey, sorry, girls night, or hey, sorry, we are in the group here.
Yeah,
they're losing themselves, and So therefore, I think the best way is to approach the group from the very start, and then you can see where it goes.
I think if you approach the one girl, then as you said, like you need to quickly address the group after that. Like, oh, these are friends. Like, so something that I find help. Like, if you want to approach the one group, what I tell guys is like just tell the group you're doing it. Like, just going like, hey guys, 1 second, listen. I just have to tell your friend here something very important. Or even like, I'd assume that would just ask. They're just going to be like, hey guys, can I just give your friend a compliment here? And then it sounds kind of soft and gay, right? Hey, can I just like simp to your friend? And all the girls are like, yeah, of course, like go be a simp. And they'll come over and be like, listen, you're exactly my fucking type. And so the girls don't hear that as much. And like that, he had a lot of success with that. So there's like multiple ways to do it. I think the biggest principle here for the guys is just, keep in mind that the group is going to probably pressure the girl to like leave, and the girl's probably going to feel bad unless you're like, she's really, really fucking into you. So you got to deal with that, I guess, somehow at some point.
And here and there, you always switch back to the group, You start with the group, you switch to the girl you like, talk with the girl, 5 minutes later, hey, again, address the whole group, some question. What do you think about this and that? And so on and so forth, Yo, shout out, Marcus.
By the way, Marcus literally pulled. This is my friend's elsewhere. Okay, this is how we do the scam. All right, our people would come on. They talk about how much success they've had. Okay, 9K. Appreciate it. Thanks, bro.
Fernando. Hear a lot of guys saying the mystery method is old and not the best. any of you guys think, and if you think they have a better game than Mystery, being the go to seduce the most beautiful girl.
The one thing I don't like about Mysteries, I just realized this. I do like, I guess, some of the stuff like the 5 attraction triggers. Some of that is like indisputable, I guess. But like, I can't believe he left out sexualization. How is that not in the top 5 attraction triggers or whatever he has? He doesn't even put sexualization. That's kind of crazy to me. Maybe because he was trying to reach a broader stream of people to put that in top 5. He just assumed that it's there. That's kind of crazy that he didn't put sexualization in his top 5 attraction triggers or whatever it is.
Although he does it, because I checked all these videos, as I said, back in the days, and he mentions sexualization, and stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I heard from sources, and I said I'm long enough in this industry to know many guys, even guys who hung out with Mystery, who were like co-coaching with him, is that Mystery never really opened a set himself. He always just was the guy who went into an open set already. That's what I was told, So you had like guys like Matador and Love Drop. They opened like kind of set, and he just went in and just kind of He was good with groups. You have to say, he was good with groups, and the thing what he did is that he made game work in his way. He aligned it with his persona, aligned it with his character and his traits. The magic trick stuff, for example, he was a magician before. That's why he took these things and put it into game, because it was something for him. What we are trying to do is, I think we are trying to find something more universal, which can work for a brighter audience of men out there. Although at the end of the day, it's individual, afterwards. Sorry,
what do you think, Brandon?
Guys, sorry. Yeah, just talk, man.
You're good. No,
I just wanted to add really quickly. Sorry, I just wanted to add really quickly that I'm always telling the students, hey, you don't have to copy me. Of course, in the beginning, you need a kind of role model, to look up to, and kind of, okay, this is how it's done. But the better you get, and the more you spend, you develop your own kind of system and strategy, because you let your traits flow into this.
Yeah. No, I do think Mystery is like, he invented a lot of this stuff, right? I do think some of it is kind of outdated, especially like the DHV stuff. I think it comes off a little try-hard. The Gambit stuff, it's just a little like, I don't know, especially more than anything, the DHV stuff. And I know some guys are really into that. For me, I think the biggest DHV is being a good fucking flirt, leading her, right? That's a fucking DHV. Like, you don't need some story I did this, I climbed Mount Everest. None of that shit matters, dude. For me, personally. Like, dude, a girl knows when a guy's got it. And when you have it, that's the biggest fucking DHV. When you can read her subcommunications, when you can lead her, when she knows that she's safe with you. That's the biggest DHV for me. And I think a lot of the guys kind of miss that point. Older guys now.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys here. I think, Pat, to your point, you can tell when guys teach game just based off their personal experience, or based on their like observations, how their students perform, and they get like a well-rounded view. So guys like I'm gonna forget Lucario, right? Like, you can tell this is a guy that just like is butthurt and is just solving for not getting rejected. And then you can tell Mystery is a guy, like, as you said, like, this game works for him. Like, you go and see him do a DHV story and it kind of works. But it only works if you're a magician with some outlandish shit and you have like a mysterious vibe, right? Because I've seen him in interactions and he'll be like looking around. The girl's like, what are you looking for? He's like, let's sit down. He sits down. He's like, so I've cultivated a friendship garden. And in this garden, like, I only picked the best pick. And this girl's like, what the fuck is going on? But this guy's quirky. Is he kind of famous? Like, it's kind of being like, if you're a Hollywood star and you're just like, out there and eccentric, and he's like, and by the way, let me show you this thing, and he's like, whoa, and the girl's like, oh, that's cool, and he's like, then anyway, back to my friendship garden. And it's kind of like interesting, and it kind of works a little bit. Now, I think his game would be so much better if he took sexualization and didn't just see it as a step where you like slowly touch the girl and saw it as like something I'm going to display. Like, I have a lot of experience in pre-selection here. That would be amazing. But the problem is now he teaches students, and you have students going out there just wearing like normal clothes that are like engineers. And they're like, so I've got this garden that I cultivated. And the girls, like 10 minutes later, are like, left, and the guy's still talking about his friendship garden, and it just doesn't work for a regular dude. So I agree with Brandon, where it's like your DHVs should just be, how do I improve my perception? And sometimes it's going to be tonality, sometimes it's going to be body language. Sometimes when the girl asks you what you do for work, don't just say engineer. Like, if you can formulate that in a way that is a little bit more entertaining and interesting, I have the greatest job in the fucking world. And the girl's like, oh damn, what is it? You're like, I get to travel the world. Right? I'm a computer engineer, but it means I work like an hour from home. They give me all this fucking money for no reason. Like, it's awesome. Now, that doesn't have to be a story. That doesn't have to be like, let me tell you about my career for the next 5 minutes, right? It's just one sentence that improves perception. So like, I think like Mystery is a great example of a guy that just wasn't getting women. He realized that he can go into this eccentric persona where he can tell these interesting stories, and 7 to 14 hours later, maybe kiss the girl. But it just is a teaching method to other people. Again, like, it gets them out, it gets them approaching, but I don't think it's a very successful method at all. I don't think it's a very replicable method at all. I think it's probably taught a lot of guys like some really bad habits when it comes to 10-minute stories. So yeah, it's, good on him for creating something. It's just, I think it's shit. But anyway,
I mean,
I think Brad P was like a more edgier version of him. You know what I mean? Like, he was just kind of took some of his stuff and, like, I don't know, he was a more edgier guy, talked about sexualizing and shit like that. He always said something like, if you should be able to tell your life story, it should be a part of your tool bag. You don't need to use it every time, but you should be, if someone asks me, like, I should be able to tell them and be enthusiastic to share my like life story, some of the crazy shit I've done in my life and stuff like that. And there should be some fascinating, I guess, DHV stuff in your life story. It's usually in there. So you should be good at telling your life story. You should be able to tell your life story to anybody if you need to. You don't always need to do it, but you should be able to do it.
Yeah, I guess I'll also clarify. I have no problem with like telling a story, or like, what's the craziest thing you've ever done? And you're like, fuck. Okay, let me think for a second. Okay, this isn't the craziest, but it was kind of fun. And like, you can go into it and like say something, and like, but that should be like on a date, or it should be like cold approach when you're like at least 10 minutes in. It should not be like, hey, group set, like, what's up, everyone? And it's like, hey, like, where are you from? And you're like, that's a very long and interesting story. And then try to talk for 5 minutes. Yeah, you just like lose compliance. And I think we all like intuitively know that too.
And as Marcus said, the easiest DHV, I think, is being humorous. That's it. If they have nothing going for you, like you are not the leader of men yet, you don't have pre-selection, you don't have a fabulous life. The easiest way to get into girls' heart is like being humorous. As Marcus said, like with things like, hey, what do you work? Oh, the second most hated job. Oh, what is this? I'm sure you hated it as well when you were a girl, and blah blah whatever. Oh, what are you, teacher? For example, these kind of things, and.
Yeah, I'd be careful as well. I think a lot of guys just don't know how to be funny. Like, so if you're funny, I think that's really awesome. But yeah, I feel like when it comes to attraction triggers, there's some things that are like easy to attain and some things that aren't. Like, so status, for example, is like hard to obtain, or like money is hard to obtain. Like, it's hard to just tell a student like, okay, become, I don't know, world famous at something. And I think like humor is some of those things that the example you gave is awesome. I think you can like bake that in for some students, but trying to be funny for a lot of guys, I think it's just like a really difficult skill. I think like teaching them actually to lead and be a bit more assertive, it like might be easier for some guys.
I mean, I give always guys individual examples. All the guys on my
that helps. Yeah,
what I'm doing for work, they prepare them beforehand, and this is how I learn game myself. You just write down, and if you're not that quick with your answers, of course, you write it down at home on a piece of paper. You memorize these 2-3 sentences. That's it. What I didn't like about Mystery, like this whole stacks. It's like we're like 10 sentences, and it felt too fake for me. From the very start. But like, I wasn't the guy. I knew from the start. Hey, painting my fingernails black, running around with like a pink scarf, and telling some things like my ex-girlfriend picked me up, she was a playmate and whatever, and this happened, that happened. I knew this wasn't me, and that's why I like Brad P, because Brad P was brought in more like a flirty aspect, more sexual tension in this whole thing, and compromised this whole gambits and made them like shorter and more effective somehow.
He was way more flexible. Like he was way more flexible, and he realized that you know, not everybody is going to be able to pull off some of the stuff that like he would do or Mystery would do. Like lean into your strengths, you know what I mean? Like, and be okay with, okay, this guy doesn't need to tell the horse girl routine. Like he can go in and use this one if he feels a little bit more congruent with that style. Like that, I think that's important to be able to like be a little more flexible. This guy, but he's a marketing genius, I guess, Mystery, because he knows that a lot of people think like that. Like, these tech guys, these Indian or Chinese guys that have been in the tech field, they, you know, system one step, two step. It's like you punch in a code like it's some sort of Harry Potter system and you'll get the girl. Like they're gonna be like, yeah, really, wow, system. Awesome, bro, that's fucking awesome. That's genius. That's fucking marketing genius. Good for him.
I think he thought that way too, though. I think like he actually
doesn't map out. It doesn't map out in like real life. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he actually thought that way though, where he was like, okay, A3, okay, S1, okay, I move into S2. Like, I think his brain just like worked that way, like to be fair. But you're right, like a lot of guys come to me and you can almost like tell the archetype or what they do for it, or like the questions they ask, because the guys that are like structure, please, I need to know exactly like their next day. It's like, okay. I see, and it's okay to have like a little bit of a structure, but you're right. When it's like too autistic, like game is messy. Like things are going to change. Every goal's fucking different. Like you got to be able to adapt a little bit. But yeah, you're right. Like telling a guy that there's like I don't know how many like 14 different stages and steps, and you know, it's like this one and this one. Yeah,
he had the audacity to say it's if you fuck a girl under the 7 hours, you didn't run solid game. Remember his guy kept saying that guy you were debating about the solid game, solid game. That was, he just kept going back to if you fuck a girl under 7 hours, that wasn't even solid game.
Bro, I haven't run solid game on like any of the goals I've fucked down. Basically, Jesus.
It's just a buzzword. If you're not good at the game, it's the buzzword, really. When I was 17, I was better. I think I took less than 7 hours already.
But like, is anyone here waited 7 hours on purpose?
Never. Who the fuck would wait on purpose? That's the crazy thing. Yeah.
Like, imagine a girl being like, so we're going back to your place now. You're like, hang on, let me check the time. Fuck, I still have 2 more hours. It's like 3 a.m. You're like, sorry. She's like asleep. You have to like wake her up. Okay, we're 7 hours now. We're good to go. Like, that's funny. Like, whatever.
Some people are more. It's crazy though. There's some people that are more attached to the system than like having any bit of like wiggle room, flexibility, and like these people are real human beings that you're talking to. Like, you may have to like you know, read if the girl's DTF or giving you fucking cues. It's crazy. But they're like, no, don't do that, Scotty. That's crazy. You can't go direct. You can't make a compliment. Like you have to follow the system.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to do what works. Like I have a student that like I teach a lot of indirect game, right? But I have a student that just was like so nervous going indirect in New York, right? And he's a good looking dude. And I was like, all right, fuck it, bro. We're just gonna like go super direct and see what happens. And he absolutely like slayed. Now, again, like if he learnt indirect game, like do I think he'd probably have some better results eventually? Like probably or maybe. But like he was just killing it, like being a good looking dude that felt a lot more confident just saying it how it was instead of like skirting around the issue. And he'd just go up and be like, yeah, I think you're really pretty. And the girl's like, oh my God, thank you. I love your eyes. And da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, all right, well, we're just going to do this from now on. Like, yeah, element is like, you just need to do what works at the end of the day.
It's that Monday morning quarterback stuff where it's like when the bullets are flying, it's a little bit different, but everybody like it's, you know, sit there on day 2, like watching my film, be like, oh, that you could have did this there and that there, this would have been the better play. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Anybody could be like a Monday morning quarterback. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And like, and I don't mind that, like, to be fair, like when I review my own infield, I do that shit.
No, like, I know. I don't mind it.
I should have stepped 10 seconds like earlier into the goal. I should have done that. Like I will like berate my own infield like crazy, and I don't mind when other people do it as long as it's like coming from a genuine place where they're like when they do admit that like I don't think I could do as good a job here, but I also think like this would have been better, or maybe you could try this. Like I think that's fine as long as they're not like coming from a place of like I think I do way better. Let me review this infield.
Yeah. I also think that they should mention like, listen, it's a lot harder. Like it's easier from this standpoint after the fact. It's easier to do this, but when the bullets are flying,
exactly.
Yeah, you should preface it by saying that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I every time I review students in text game, I always say like in hindsight, because it's really easy. Like you see the girl hasn't replied. Like sometimes I'll tell students where I'm like, I think that's actually a really good message. Like in hindsight, I wouldn't have sent it now that we know like this is the objection she has. But like honestly, like if this was me texting the girl, like I would have sent this shit too. Like I wouldn't have known that XYZ would have happened. Like so yeah, sometimes like you do need to appreciate that like in the moment, sometimes with your call to approach Infield, like going direct, I think I would have done the exact same thing with that girl. And then you realize like, oh, I didn't realize she had like 3 friends standing behind her that was just off to the side. Like, fuck, in hindsight, I would have approached her with her friends, but like you weren't to know, right? Like there's some things you just can't foresee.
Yeah. Like, to come back to mystery, the critiques I have is I think his system is too rigid, you know? It's too rigid with his A1, A2. You have to really like follow it like a retard almost, you know? It's not really like flexible. Like Brad Pitt was, for example, because at least Brad Pitt always taught as well how to build your own routine, how to build your own gambit, and that's what I did. You know, I took a paper and I was like, okay, this is the purpose of this line, and the next one, and kind of build my own routine very quickly because he explained it. But mystery was like, follow this model. Nothing else is good, but only this, and it was very rigid. And the other thing is what I feel. As I said, I've never seen mystery live nor his students. But I feel like he's very, or just the videos. What I feel is good to bring students into the set, into group sets, but then the students cannot develop it further, you know, or further. Or if students, I think that his students cannot open group sets themselves somehow. It's only with his help, yeah, you know. I feel like it's only always like they rely on mystery to open the set, and then he brings the students in. But I don't think that his students can do it themselves. Or they can develop it further, the conversation, once they are in the set.
Doesn't he have some belief? Yeah, like where he like gets numbers, then he invites everyone out together the next day or some shit like that. It's like some.
He still does Skype calls, or still collects like Skype contact
numbers.
Yeah, but like I never understood the point of that. It's like he's collecting numbers, or the guys get numbers, and then they're gonna invite them out to hang out on the weekend or some shit like that. I'm pretty sure he does something like that. This doesn't, to me, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, if it's right there in front of you, why would you ever just leave that? I don't understand.
Yeah.
True. All right, boys, I gotta get going. I got some people to scan. If anyone wants coaching, it's usually 9K. It's 95% off at the moment. Okay, so hit me up, let me know. Otherwise, Ultraman Project, you can catch us there. Thanks, guys. It's been fun.
Later, Marcus.
Later,
man. Later, brother.
Bye. Okay, man. Yeah, I think I will go to bed as well. I don't feel that good, but yeah, it was nice, man.
Appreciate you having it, man. Thank you, Pat.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Get later or trying.
I hope you like it. Come on more.
Yeah.
Yo, guys.
I hope you like the thumbnail, man.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers, man.
All right. Cheers, guys. Later.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you.